Like, did you guys? Okay, this was a big thing, and I feel really bad, but at the same time, it's okay because it wasn't canceled. But the Summer Olympics have been pushed back until probably 2021. And it sucks because while I was in Japan, they had so much like merchandise and stuff for the 2020. Like, they've been really looking forward to it because, you know, it's a really big honor to have the Olympics in your country. But it's still going to be in Japan, and it looks like they're still going to call it the 2020 Summer Paralympics and stuff like that. So hopefully that won't like fuck things up too bad. It just, obviously, in lieu of everything that's going on, it was gonna have to happen. But they already had Olympic shit when you were there in 2018. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. They were like, so it's such a big thing. But I'm glad that they're at least keeping the name the same, so they don't have to like. Because I know they put like advertisers and sponsors and stuff have put so much money into it because it's a huge deal. So, but I'm glad that it's at least not canceled. It's just being pushed back. You got another month from school? I know a lot of schools are staying out of session for a while. I mean, like, I know I have a couple of friends that need to get that figured out because they're like, we need to have our tuition, like, refunded if, or partially refunded if it's gonna start up late, but it is what it is. Like, there's only so much we can do at this point except kind of wait it out. And make sure you don't, like, fucking get all up in people's faces and stuff. Okay, there we go. Yeah, well, Texas has, well, everybody's been kind of behind because of, certain leadership that shall go unnamed, but our president decided not to take things seriously and then immediately backpedaled and fucking put everything into full throttle. But you know what? Whatever. We're not going to get political on here. Mistakes were made, and now we're kind of dealing with it. Your trip home was canceled, but it happens. You hope things like, yeah, exactly. I'm hoping, like, I figure July is about the time frame that people hope that things will get back to normal, but it really depends on how well people are how good people are at actually doing what every medical professional is asking. All right, but let's go ahead and get started. Actually, okay. I'm sorry, this song just like tripped me up because I'm like, whoa, I don't remember having anything like this, but Pretzel just plays whatever. But Pretzel's been doing really good the past couple of days. Okay, so this is, I know, isn't this wonderful? This is a picture of my suitcase full of clothes and a box that has candy and stuff like that for Ellie when I went there because I told her, I got her a lot of stuff from PAX South. Of course, I had to open this box when I went through Japanese customs, but, you know, I wasn't really too torn up about it. Actually, I have a VOD of it up on YouTube. I still need to play Parasite Eve 2, though. Yeah, that's why I got her a bunch of, because she loves the peach gummies. I got her like 10 bags. Like, underneath that bag, there's more peach gummies. There's so many peach gummies. I also did take my 3DS, which is up in the corner. It was charging at that point. Oh, there we go. I was like, where's my... Yeah. And then all my clothes, my socks. There's underwear in there. Don't worry. You gotta pack plenty of underwear. Yeah. It's up on there. I think I put it up there about the same time that I put up Resident Evil. Not Resident Evil. Silent Hill. Whatever. There's me driving to Houston. Well, starting my drive to Houston. Houston's about 3 hours from where I live. Tank Fastix? I don't think I've heard of that one before. Think of setting up the old PS1. I'd recommend it. Parasite Eve is really good. And then this was me an hour and 20 minutes out. And then this was me at the hotel because I left kind of late at night. So I went to a hotel and, of course, they only had doubles. But, I mean, it was fairly cheap overall. So I was like, whatever. I might as well. That snakes their jewel. Oh yeah, those are really good, Zyla. I love those because they're like sour and sweet, I think. I brought her some of those as well. I also brought her dots, and she fucking hated the dots. If you don't know what dots are, they're like these little cylindrical gummy candies that are basically 99% sugar and 1% something. Oh yeah, and there's a really blurry picture of me taking a selfie. And then the same picture of me, but not blurry. Also, the outlet was coming out of the wall here, but you know what, whatever, it was a cheap hotel. I mean, overall, it was still pretty nice. Oh yeah, and then I got Buffalo Wild Wings. I got Wingstop. It says on the bag. I don't know what I'm talking about. I was also downloading WoW onto my fucking tablet, because I was just like, why not? I never actually played it on there, because that thing cannot, even at like the lowest graphics, it doesn't run very well. I've had you on Reddit. What, am I on Reddit? If I was, I'd like to know about it, because I didn't put myself on there. Oh, it's a super tangy sour mix? Interesting. But yeah, and then I took pictures of the food, and I was all like, yeah! Cheesy fries and wings, but I put some really spicy spice on the fries. I just was like hitting buttons, because it was the first time I used DoorDash. And then I was like, man, these are cheesy and delicious, but also really spicy for some reason. Oh yeah, and then I took a picture to... because this guy kept commenting on my videos and then like taking his comments down. He was also commenting on Mia's videos. And this was a picture promoting my video. And another picture of me giving a thumbs up. I take a lot of pictures for promotional things. I think it was a Gone Wild post. This was my breakfast. They didn't have any syrup, so I just had a waffle with butter, a coffee, orange juice, and Frosted Flakes. And also, I picked up that that cinnamon roll. I ended up putting it back because I was like, I can't eat this. And then there's me taking a breakfast selfie. And then this. Computer for hotel guests only. Not for public use. No pornography. I was really sad about that part. No drinks in computer area. Limit 15 minutes while others are waiting. I was the only one in that room the entire time I was eating breakfast. So, yeah. And there's me on the shuttle. I think that's actually when I was on the wrong shuttle to go to the airport, because there are two airports in Houston. There's the International Airport of Houston, which is the big one up north, and then there's like the George Bush or George Will something. There's another airport, a smaller one down south, and there are a bunch of parking spots where you park your car and they shuttle you to the airport. I went to the wrong one the first time because I reserved a spot on there and it didn't tell me which one it was close to. It just told me it was a parking spot. This is me on the plane. That's a very blurry picture of the sky. That's a much better picture of the sky. That's a very blurry picture of the sky again, but at a different angle. And the same thing, but not blurry. I always like taking pictures while we're in the air because there's a lot of like nice cloud cover. Look, another picture. Hey, another picture. Oh, there's more. Oh yeah, and I brought my cat along. I didn't really take a lot of pictures of her though. She was just kind of there to experience things, because she's usually always in my car. Oh, and then that was my dinner. These were like barley. It was like barley with some other vegetables. A very cold and hard roll. There's a little bit of butter like underneath it. And then this entree was a shrimp rice bowl with vegetables. They kept offering to give me more food because of the fact that this flight was only like a fraction full, so they had a ton of excess food. But yeah, so this, I'm pretty sure this was yam, carrot, pepper. This was shrimp tempura, and then I don't really know what this was supposed to be. It was kind of spongy. Like, it didn't taste awful, but I mean, after getting in Japan and having real tempura, it sucked balls. Like, like the rice at least was pretty good, but compared to like any actual food you'd get in Japan, it was not that great. Oh yeah, and then this is, I think, when we were still over California. Lots of mountains. It's always nice to see this because Texas is very flat. We have like no mountains. We just have hills. Oh yeah, they gave us vanilla gelato for dessert. It was like this big, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. And then over the ocean. And then of course, like the very next picture, bam, is us in a 7-Eleven. 7-Elevens in Japan are actually fucking amazing. They have like all kinds of really good food and snacks and bento boxes. But this is like their snack area. And then I took a picture denoting, this is from where my hotel was at. This is the amount of Pokestops in Tokyo. Like, and this is just one part. Like, just looking at this one like angle, there are hundreds of Pokestops over that way, and it was everywhere. I actually didn't play that much Pokemon Go because I was doing Japan things and there wasn't really a whole lot of time. Oh yeah, and then I drank some Pocari Sweat. This is on the train going to the hotel. You can tell because my luggage is there. It's actually really good. It's just like weirdly thick, if that makes any sense. Yeah, honestly, Dixie's like every church is a Pokestop or a gym here in Texas. And we have a lot of churches in Texas. And then this is still on the train. Another selfie. Another selfie. This was over at the first place we went to, which was like 7 floors up. And they all had the futon beds that were raised off the floor. There's the fridge and the microwave on top, and a vacuum in case we needed it, a fan, my mom's luggage, and the front door. And then my brother got me this. It's a Tenga cup, but it's full of tiny chocolate Tenga candies, which look very phallic, but they're supposed to just look like the Tenga cups. If you don't know what a Tenga cup is a single-use male masturbator that you can buy in a lot of different places. I only know this because reasons. Anyway, enough about that. This was a panorama of a train going by, and this is over in like Shinjuku area, Tokyo. We got this Nest Tower over here, and there are so many high-rises in Tokyo. Like, if you guys were here yesterday, you saw it's like everywhere. But they also have a lot less space to work with, so it's better to build up than to build like big buildings at the bottom. But I actually got a lot of really good panoramas with my phone. Like, this is, I think this is a bakery section. Yeah, this is all bread. There's also noodles and stuff. And I took a picture of this mostly because a lot of their sauces and stuff are very phallic looking containers. But they have a lot of different kinds of soy sauce and stuff. Noodles, like there's a lot of amazing stuff just in the 7-Elevens. Oh yeah, and then I took a picture of this. Because you do a lot of walking, like a lot of walking in Japan. It's mostly train time and walking are your two biggest things there. Oh yeah, and there's the exit sign. These are in every business and even inside of our Airbnb. Because every business has to have a sign denoting the exit. This thing was bright as fuck, and I happened to be on the bed, like right in front of it, so that was fun. Like, it was bright enough that I could see my little stuffed cat and stuff with it. Oh yeah, and then this was supposed to be like a panorama of. This was when me and Ellie were in Akihabara, which sadly I didn't bring my regular camera because I forgot it, but there's just, you can probably tell it's really blurry. Maybe I took a second picture. I did not. There's a whole lot of like anime and game posters all plastered on this wall because it was a multi-story place. Actually, no, I didn't take pictures of my regular camera because this is where like there were a ton of video games and stuff, which were kind of overpriced, but it's because we didn't go to like the basement-y shops. And then I took a panorama over here where you can see this bus got squished. Well, a lot of cars got squished, and then to the left there's a there's a bus or something that's just phasing out of existence. Panorama can be fun. Oh yeah, and then me and Ellie took a swan boat, and the swan boats are made for people not my size because I was very like scrunched up in that thing, and it's a paddle boat, so. Thought there was a video of this too. Yeah, but it like just seeing the view from the city and everything was pretty amazing. We almost ran into a couple of people, and we did see some people like full on like smash into each other, and we're just like, we need to watch out for those guys. This was a cherry blossom flavored pancake thing with like red bean paste and cream in the middle. It was interesting, but probably not something that I'd really want to try again. Like, I like red bean paste, but only in like things where it makes sense. This is the view from the first place. Not really that great. It's just a bunch of buildings. But you can see the little like nest tower and the left side and all that. And then I took pictures of us walking through the city. Like I said, lots and lots of very tall buildings. This is actually right near, I think, where, yeah, this is right near where we were staying. As there's a lot of small alleyways in Japan leading between the buildings. Yeah, and then this says 9th floor. Like, most shops are on multiple floors. Like, there's a famous shop I said yesterday called Don Quixote's, which they call Donkeys, which is, like, a 5 to 6 level shop. And it has so much stuff. There's my brother. And more buildings. But yeah, the reason why you see, like, they have the signs all vertical like this, because it denotes every single floor and what's on that floor. Like, it's pretty amazing seeing all this. At nighttime, most of those signs are lit up as well. Hey, thank you for the host, Phoenix. How are you doing today? Yeah, and then I don't think those are real windows. But yeah, you just see, like, so much stuff. Yeah, we're running through the mobile photos now, of which I had, like, 400, so... You doing okay? Glad to hear it. And then you have this building. I think those are windows. It's just, some of the buildings are very strange looking. Yeah, and then it's just very tall. I can't remember if this is us walking to Ellie's place or going somewhere else. I think this is on the way to Ellie's place, maybe. Just seeing all the buildings, lots of construction. All of these at night flash. Like, all their pylons flash to make sure you know that there is construction. Got a package that had to blast it with sanitizer before opening? Ah. Knob. Yeah, and then basically every major street already has timed walking lights, but they do have a button on there to make the walking light last a little bit longer if there's elderly or people with like strollers to go across, which is pretty cool. And then one of the many street corners. You can't see it here, but the stop is probably lit up on that. Oh, now it's lit up on there. And then just walking down the street. Like, there's some areas where it's like 1 to 2 people wide pavement, and then there's other areas like this where you have like very wide pavements. Is that... Did this song just play the fucking crash whoa noise? That's what that sounded like. Also, like I said before, they do drive on the left side in Japan. So you'll see a lot of cars like on the left side. And a lot of these streets are actually one-way streets where people can drive, so you have to be kind of careful. Like lots of apartment buildings and stuff. A candy store that me and Ellie went to that had a lot of really cool stuff. Like, they had the little star candies. I think I explained this before, but if you ever played Super Mario Galaxy, those little star bits are actually based off of a real candy. Like, I didn't actually buy any, though. I should have. Oh yeah, and then we were in an elevator that was very keen on us not putting stickers on the wall. And then a figure. That's $162, which, to be perfectly honest, is not actually that bad for, like, a decent-sized figure. So, but there were a lot of figures that were even cheaper than that. Like, and we'll get to that later on. And then I found the fabled yellow GameCubes. These were $3 each, and I was really considering getting one. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't really have very much room in my bag. Yeah, they were 350 yen, which translates to like about 330, 320. Like, cause this was all open box stuff. It doesn't come with any of the plugs or anything like that. But I mean, I have a GameCube, so I had all the plugs. But these were literally $3. And then they had an Uno set. Yeah, they actually had other ones that had the cords that were a bit more expensive. I mean, Ellie, I could always be like, Ellie, do you think you could go to that shop in Akihabara and get me a $3 GameCube? It'd probably cost like a mint to ship, though. But yeah, they had Super Mario Uno cards, which I should have gotten. It was more, with everything, it was a little bit more than that. I'd have to see if I actually took a picture. Also, this is a Virtual Boy. This is the first time I had ever physically seen a Virtual Boy, and they had a demo for it. They had a lot of stuff in this place. But I think the other one with all the cords and everything was more like $30. And then look at all these fucking Famicoms. Like, they were not very cheap though, but it's amazing seeing like all of this stuff piled up. Oh, and then there were pufferfish. I think that was their first fumble, yeah. Oh yeah, and then I took pictures of like some of the, I think this was a yakiniku place. I never actually ended up getting yakiniku because a lot of the places were really expensive, but one day. Oh, and then there's my miso again. And then there's another picture of the rowboats. Oh, okay. So this should be where the video's at. But there were actually a lot of seagulls. And they would land on the boats and just kind of like take free rides. Yeah, and then you see the cityscape. Oh yeah, and then in the middle, you see this high-rise right here. Like, in the middle of it is this old house with, like, overgrown vines and stuff like that. Pretty sure the place might have been condemned, but I could be wrong. People could still be living in it. Oh. I don't need to worry about that. Oh, yeah, and then there was an owl cafe. We did not go to the owl cafe. But apparently the owl cafe has... Oh, and there was also like a schnauzer and an otter and a hedgehog. Bless the English. Like, they were so accommodating, honestly. Oh yeah. And then taiyaki. This was the red bean paste one, and it was delicious. It was like fresh made. Oh, and then there's the sky tree and the poop. Did I bring my Switch for the flight? I did not. The only thing I brought was, I brought my 3DS and my 2DS. I figured the Switch was gonna be a little bit too bulky to bring, considering all the stuff I already had in my suitcase and everything. Oh, okay, there's a much better picture of the Dissidia consoles. Like, look, they have like fucking... There's a lot going on there. Like, it's not a controller, it's like, got two joysticks. Or, God, I don't know what the thing in the middle does. Maybe you press it to use something special. Never actually played Dissidia. Strangely enough, I've never played any iteration of Dissidia. Not that I don't like it, just... Oh yeah, beware of pickpockets and robbing. God, I can talk. But this is in one of the arcades. It's fun. Yeah, I've heard that it's really fun. And this was full of Snorlaxes, but this fucking claw game, like, if you tried to grab one of these Snorlaxes, it would, like, get not even off the ground, and the claw was just like, nope, it's too heavy. There were a lot of dolls that were way too heavy. But we still spent a lot of money at the UFO catchers. Oh, and then here's a panorama. It doesn't actually bend like that. That's just how panoramas seem to work on my phone. At one of the stations. Scammers. Kind of, like, you can do it. It just takes a lot of finesse. Also, there was a Pokemon card game shop, which I was unaware of. I knew of the Pokemon Center, but this just has a lot of cards. I think, yeah, you can see people over there. They probably did, like, card swaps and stuff. And there was also a Pokemon Go shop. Man, these pictures are all over the place. I wonder, is this in, yeah, this looks like it's in order. Well, time order. Let's see. On the train again. There's a lot of trains. Oh, and then I went to Coco's Curry, which apparently is like fast food basically there. But to me, it was fucking delicious. And I got the like the fried chicken on top, or they call it lightly fried breaded chicken, but it was really good. I took a lot of pictures of that. Oh, and now we're at the Pokemon Center in Tokyo. Because my other pictures on my camera are of the one in Kyoto. I might actually have some of the ones there here too. Good food quickly, exactly. Well, never mind. Oh yeah, Sunshine City is where we're at. Man, are these in any particular order? It's very quiet there though. The aquarium was at the top of that place, and we were planning on going to the aquarium, but the aquarium was closed. Oh, hi Panda, how are you doing? Welcome. And then there's this big old like mosaic outside. It was very windy. And then there's more walking through the city. And then like we were walking for a while. This is like an old metal like imprint of that part of the city. Not much. And then a lantern. Because I think we were coming up on, yep, a small temple. Don't tell Ellie I told you, but this is her over here. You can only see the back of her behind my brother and my mom over here, but yeah, we were walking a long time. And then look, more gods with very, very prominent nipples. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Yeah, well, I don't think she'd enjoy hearing that, but it's okay. That's the Asian. And then over here, I have the water places. More big old stones. And this one actually has musical notes on it. I think you're supposed to sing whatever's on here to the tune of the musical notes. Unfortunately, it's been over a decade since I was in any kind of class to play music, so my sight reading is pretty bad. And then they actually have a stone to look through to look at it, which is pretty cool. It's okay. They were artistic nipples. That's different. And then there's like a small little hill you can climb up to get to this little area and overlook everything. And there was a cherry tree over there blossoming. Statues. Oh, there's gonna be another cat soon. Another guy who's all like, uh-oh. And then a big old fancy lantern. The Buddha over there, just hanging out. And then really sun glary temple entrance. I actually went up to that one, threw in a coin, and did the little... They didn't have a bell or anything, but... And this is the view from the front of the temple. Another lantern picture. Anna, hi! How are you doing? Welcome. And then the other lantern, and then my shadow. Look at me. And then my mom taking a picture of me, taking a picture of her. Because why not? But yeah, there were a lot of small, like, monuments and stuff like that around. And then a cat! Why didn't you ring the other bells in previous shrines? Because I didn't have the money to throw into every shrine. I'm pretty sure before you do that, you have to make sure you have a, either a 5 yen or 50 yen coin, because they're the ones with the little hole in them. You're alive? I'm glad, and you know what? I like the fact that you're alive. I am very happy for that. Yeah, I'm doing okay. And then close-up picture of the cat. We thought that the cat was missing an eye, but he just had like a eye booger. But there's a sign that's like, please take off the shoes if you went inside. It's not open right now. But almost all of them have a little offertory box. Yeah. But there's always a lot of signs that are like, don't feed the cats. Don't touch the cats. I know, there's a lot, like, they'll just be hanging around and people just leave them alone. They're like, don't mess with them. Let them do their thing. Well, it's okay. If the cat came up to her, it would probably be okay. And then I saw this one and I just thought it was kind of funny because this is a scapegoat Jesus statue. It'd be hard for you to comply. Yeah, and then another small shrine. Like, there's so many of these, like, monuments and shrines and stuff. And then leaving, the big old plaque. And then we passed by somebody's flower shop. They had a lot of really nice flowers. And then on the train. On the train again. That's me again. This is a very blurry picture of something. Oh, and this was my very first sushi go-around that I went to. Well, I think they prefer to call it like a sushi bar or something, but like where you have the conveyor belt going around and you just kind of grab whatever plate. Basically, there's different colored plates denoting how much each plate is. And you just grab it, eat it, and stack it up, and they come and count all your plates up and just... Altogether, it costs like about 30 bucks for the 3 of us, which honestly isn't bad. Like, and I had like 9 plates of sushi, so. And then there was a curry place right next to us. There's one in the Philippines that you had with your... That's awesome. I love it. Like, it's because it's so fresh too, because they make it right then. Oh yeah, and then I took a picture of each one. This one's tuna with green onion. You did, yeah. It's so good. Then this one I think is mackerel. This one was actually tempura chicken in there. I don't know why I took 2 pictures of that. Maybe I hit the button twice. This one has eel. I love eel. Like any kind of sushi with eel or anything, I love it. Like, it's so good. And then this one's tempura shrimp with like full-size shrimps on there. So I had to like finagle it. Like I'm fairly good with chopsticks, but like biting stuff in half has always been a challenge for me, and try to keep it in there. Yeah, eel is delicious. This one's actually octopus, which isn't everybody's cup of tea, but it was really good. I like squid and octopus. Usually I like it more cooked, but this was still pretty good. And yeah, when it was all said and done, these are the plates all together between me, my brother, and my mom. Yeah, we just kept going, and I was like, maybe we should stop. I think it's also okay to eat sushi with your hands, but like if I have a chance to use chopsticks, I usually will. And then we're going back to Kyoto. Is there chili finger food? Yeah. And then this is just on the train. There was an advertisement for One Piece, and there's also oh, I think this is supposed to be something like you know, this chick's pregnant and stuff, and this guy's just kind of like taking up a bunch of space, where it's like, because they always ask that, they're like, if there's somebody elderly or pregnant or sick, like, try to let them use your seat instead. Yes! Oh, don't worry, there's gonna be more. Oh yeah, and this picture that I took about the special filet and wife and friends. Steak with less fat. Whiskey soda with apple vit. I don't know why this lady is here. She is not one of the things on this menu. The don't be a dick poster. Get back. And then this. Oh, God, it's beautiful. Look at it. I don't know what I was supposed to be looking at, but it's artistic, right? No. Oh yeah, and then I had, oh God, we had ramen at a random shop next to the Kyoto Pokemon Center. And it was fan-fucking-tastic. Although, like, there was no way for me to eat the pork in more than one go because it was held together very well by the fat. But it was delicious. And the broth was amazing. And I didn't know, this was actually ordered through, like, they usually have little consoles on the side. I should have taken a picture where you input what you want. Like, it's a little electronic thing with a touch screen. And it asked if I wanted extra something, and I was like, okay. It was extra green onion, but I like green onion, so it worked out okay. And then this is what my brother got, which is like the ultra deluxe one. I think he got extra egg. That comes with 3 bits of pork, 2 soft boiled eggs, and some seaweed and onions. A slab is just like a thick like chunk of something, really. I mean, we use it to call that like meat and stuff, but it would usually be more like a marble slab, like a stone slab or something. Basically anything really like thick. Oh, and this is over at the Inari Shrine. Another panorama of more of the shrine stuff with lots of foxes, lanterns, and Tori. A really overexposed picture of us going downhill. Okay, this is a panorama of the tea house. God, that looks really good. God, some of these panoramas look awful, and some look really nice. And then some charms and stuff. See, they even, they had like fox necklaces. God! Okay, next time I need to get a list of what people want before I go. Because they had so many like little charms, and this was only, I don't know what this is exactly, but it's only 380 yen, which is just under $4. Man, a lot of this stuff's really cheap. Next time, Panda, next time. Also, I just realized this like Hello Kitty wearing a kitsune costume is kind of terrifying, actually. Oh God. Oh yeah, and this is the long man, because I took a panorama and somebody was walking, so it like just kind of stretched out his hood and everything. It's a work of art, honestly. Everybody else stood still but that guy. That is an artistic shot, thank you. I swear I took videos on here too. The videos might show up after the pictures themselves though. But yeah, this is down the alley. Oh yeah, and then a panorama of the river area where we were at, passing by. And like I said, it's so weird to see like these modern buildings right next to like these older looking buildings. There's so much architecture. Your ass of a photography professor would approve? Really? Was he an ass? I'm sorry. Looks like a Windows XP problem. You're right. Also, hi, Hira. How are you doing? Or maybe it's like, you know, have you ever played Solitaire? And when you win Solitaire, the cards like bounce out at the screen, like at you? That's what's happening here. He just won something, and now he's just a pretentious. Oh, Jesus. I feel like there's some history there. I'm sorry that you had to deal with that, though, Panda. Yeah, and then this is, I think this is by the Bamboo Forest, yes? And then, takoyaki! It's delicious! It's also burning fucking hot when you get it, but it's delicious. But it is done, yeah. Your ship hand of Phoenix, the Godzilla. Yeah, the Godzilla will be on here soon. Don't worry. I did. It was really good. Like, honestly, it almost felt like nothing was really going on there other than the fact that there were more people wearing masks, but yeah, Takoyaki. And then there's the picture of him with a few of Mario. That's him making my specific one. And then this is a whole bunch of shrines. This is at the top after I had already died. Yes, Takoyaki's delicious. But yeah, it was a lot of fun here. Like, a lot of people are like, this is a really bad time for this. And I was like, you know what? Me and my family, we planned this trip long before anything was going down. And I was like, I don't know when I'll get this chance again. So I'm just going to go ahead and take it. And it's not like I was just like getting all up in everybody's faces or anything like that. I was practicing safe hygiene and all that. But yeah, 70 to 80 is about a C. I'd say anything above 80 would be a B, and then yeah. But yeah, the shrines and stuff, they were so like beautiful though. Seeing all of the different structures, all of these things, so many miniature Tori. I don't know why I took 2 pictures there. Lots of lanterns lined up. More Tori. It's literally just lined with Tori. And they have people's names written on every single one of them. I think the people who like donated them. Up, down, down. There's a lot of pictures of these. Because I think at this point I was like, I didn't want to bring out my like normal camera very often. So I was just like, picture. Ah, that's all cracked. That might have cracked in an earthquake. Yeah, exactly. Shrine. No, like there's so much stuff going on. Oh yeah, in this area I took a short video of because it had the different like zodiac animals and stuff. And then another picture down the alley, a slightly better picture than before. And then a picture of this guy. And then off to Roppongi, where, okay, Roppongi has a bit of a reputation, and it kind of deserves that reputation because as soon as nighttime hits, like, all of the dudes coming out trying to get you to the strip club show up, and it's fucking annoying. Because I walked like 3 blocks with my brother to get to a Don Quixote's to buy snacks and stuff. And every 5 seconds, you get somebody who like is like, titties and beer, and I'm like, no, I don't fucking want to go to your stupid strip club. Like, get the fuck away from me. Like, it was just really annoying. Other than that, Roppongi's pretty cool. But that specific, like, thing was really annoying. Oh yeah, and then you can see I got a pretty nice picture of Mount Fuji through the window. We didn't actually go to Mount Fuji, or didn't really get close to it. But next time I think I want to try to make it out there. I am, but you know what? I'm about the ass and titties, but I'm not looking to pay for that. Like, that may sound terrible, but I had money for other things in Japan, not ass and titties. And I mean, if I want ass and titties, all I gotta do is look at my DMs. Actually, that's not true. They're pretty empty. Whoa, that is not true. I like Japanese women a lot, okay? I like all women. Also, I just want to let you guys know, I got shots inside, this is inside the One Piece store. Just so you know, all of these figures, like each one of these figures, they're all less than $100. You came into ass and titties, you got my attention, sir. Like, this Whitebeard statue right here was $70. Every other one was less than that. Like, they're so fucking cheap compared to here, and these are like full-size figures. Everything else in that store was pretty expensive because, you know, it's very touristy, but the figures are, I don't know why they were so cheap. But I didn't have enough money to buy them, so I was just like, fuck, these are cheap, but still expensive enough. But the other thing, I just want to let you guys know, I got very few pictures of this place because this is actually one of the places that has a no photography rule, which I didn't realize until you see I took a picture that has the no photographs sign in it. You know that brand? Yeah. Oh, figures. Yeah, I'd have to look at their site, because if their site has the same prices as this store, I'm fucking in it. Okay, this is also up the Tokyo Tower. Man, I feel like these are all out of order. This is also very blurry. I apologize. I did my best. The cityscape looks a lot better when it's not blurry. There, that's a bit better. They make affordable figures across the board. Oh, nice. I didn't really have to check it out then. Yeah, Tokyo Tower. It was just annoying because at the top of Tokyo Tower, the inside, there's a lot of like these little mirrored like polyhedron like walls, and you can see them reflecting light onto the pictures, but fuck, the super overexposed thing. But there's a tower like tour thing, but it was closed, and it's a One Piece thing. But you know, because of everything going on, it was closed. But you could get tickets like here to get in there if it was open. Hey, look, another picture that's not really that much better. And then we're at the terminal. I swear I took more pictures of that place. At least I thought I did. Oh, okay. They're gonna show up in a minute. God, my pictures are all out of fucking order. Just a second. Let me check something. How do I sort? I don't want to do calendar view. It's just like a lot of these pictures seem like they're kind of out of order. But maybe it's just me. Well, whatever. We'll keep going. Anyway, this is the hotel me and my brother were staying at. Whose stuffed animal is on the bed? Oh, that's mine. It's currently on this bed as well, although you can't see her because she's behind my pile of clean clothes that I just did. I did laundry. I just had to put them away. This cat is generally on my dashboard of my car, but I decided to take her with. So. Oh, they work through Amazon? Interesting. Okay, and this is us going to the tower. It's very bright. It's orange. It does turn blue at midnight. You put... Cecil, I try my best. And then another one as we were walking up. And then a very blurry picture of a parking sign. Man. And as we're getting closer, it's like, man, this thing is pretty tall. It's very tall. Okay, this is actually a pretty good picture here. Man, it's, you know what? You don't think about how blurry pictures are until you have them like blown up in your face and you're like, wow, that looked awful. Some stuff is sold out. The Whitebeard figure is 112, so it's way more. Holy crap. Oh, that's a good one. So basically, there's this observation deck, which we hung out for a little bit, and then there's the top observation deck, which is where we went, like all the way up where there's like mirrors and stuff around there. And then this is underneath looking up. You see all of the iron girders and everything. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff there that was like super cheap compared to like other places. Even like Phoenix. You know the Switch Mini or Switch Lite or what? The Switch Lite. It's, you know, it's $200 in the US. At a bookstore, like a bookstore that also sells like games and anime figures and stuff, the Switch Lite was like $160, like if you converted the amount of yen to the dollar amount. And I was just like, didn't you just say Whitebeard was 100? No, he was like 70 something. He was like 7,300 yen. He was really fucking cheap, like at the store itself. You want a Switch? We need to get you a Switch, Anna. Akainu 68. That sounds about right. I think that was like 5,300 yen or 6,300 yen to beat Cecil in Mario Kart. And then there was a little alley here where you could take pictures and stuff. yeah, and this is more stuff from the One Piece shop. This fucking Letterman thing, guess how much it was? Guess how much this was? It's a lot, I'll give you that. Like, and then there's another one. They're really fucking cool. These things were about $400. No, they're $400. Oh god, that's what I'm saying. Like, everything else here was like expensive. Well, the mugs, well, these mugs are like 1800. Like, you can basically make that $18. It's a little bit less than that, but close enough after taxes. So yeah, these mugs were 18, and I'd say for a tall mug like that, that's actually not too bad. And I mean, I really like the design. I think I actually like the brown one a bit better since it's like engraved in there. And then they had these, which I think these were, I think these might have been handkerchiefs. They have a lot of handkerchiefs. Speaking of which, more like a tankard, yeah. Yeah, it was fucking expensive, but they're also like super exclusive. As I didn't take a picture of this, but I bought this at a at the Pokemon Center in Kyoto, and you guys might recognize these fancy guys, but they're the three legendary dogs from Pokemon: Raikou, Suicune, and Entei, in like very traditional ink art format. And it's a handkerchief. And I found out that carrying like a handkerchief is actually a pretty fucking good idea, especially in Japan. There's usually not really like they usually don't have like tissue and stuff, or stuff for like drying your hands in bathrooms and in a lot of places. So, are there Walmarts in Japan? As far as I can tell, no. There's a lot of different shops in Japan and a lot of like convenience stores, but I didn't see any large chain stores like that. Oh yeah, and then they had like the papercraft type stuff, like this big old boat. This was like $100, but it's also super like detailed. You know, it's basically like a big old puzzle you put together. And then they had, okay, this is $35. It's a throw blanket, and it's got like all of the different wanted posters of the like people we actually care about. Well, I don't know, I mean, some people we might not care about as much, but yeah. And I was like, God damn, I need money. I need fucking money. Yeah, this is the picture I took where it's like no pictures, and I was like, fuck, I've been taking pictures this entire time. Well, I didn't take that many pictures, but you know, still, I was just like, ah man, I wish I had seen that earlier. But yeah. And I think that's actually like a signed picture by Oda there. Epic, I know. And then this, maybe there's no picture that I displayed. Maybe, probably, but I fucked up, and of course I took a picture of it and then noticed afterwards that I was like, God damn it. Also, just so you know, with the Tokyo Tower tour was on I don't think so. I don't know, Anna. Maybe I should have asked them, and then they probably wouldn't have understand what I was saying because I'd say it in English. But okay, so this, when you take the Tokyo Tower tour, they give you a cell phone and a headset like hooked up to the cell phone, and it's an interactive tour. So as you get on the elevator, like it starts talking about like the history of the Tokyo Tower and stuff. And when you get to the top and walk around, it can tell which direction you're looking, and you can hit it and it'll tell you about like the cityscape and various features and stuff like that. It was actually really cool. I was not expecting to be handed like a cell phone going up the tower. And then there's up on the second level, or the mid level, they have a little shop where you can get souvenirs and stuff. And then you see out into the city. Like, it's really amazing seeing all the lights And then more stuff. There's my brother's reflection. There's what appears to be a soccer field down there. More stuff. Lots of girders. It's me. It's me again trying to get a better picture. That's like, you have to like put your phone up against the glass if you want to get like a really good picture. Also, this bridge made everybody really sad because this is the Rainbow Bridge of Japan. It was white the entire time we were looking at it. Apparently the only time it really changes color is during winter. I mean, the lights along like the suspension part here did change to green after a while, but there was another bridge that was like more colorful than it, and we were like, I don't know if I can really call this the Rainbow Bridge. But yeah, you see like all of the... There's not as many cars as there could be, but it's kind of cool just seeing like all of this from this so far above. More pictures of the bridge area. There's a whole lot of pictures of us from up top, but yeah, like Tokyo is a gigantic city. But I had to take multiple pictures to try to get them to be not so blurry. Like, actually, this is a pretty clear picture. And then you can see the sky tree over in the distance. And another blurry picture. Less blurry. You can also tell that it was a little bit overcast because in the distance, like, everything started to kind of like disappear. I think if you went here during the daytime though, and if it was clear enough, you could probably get a good view of Mount Fuji. Oh yeah, and here you go. You can see like really badly, like the mirrored lights behind me kind of like getting in the way of a good shot. Or just my shaky hands. But yeah, we walked around the top part of the tower and I took pictures of all the different angles of the city. Seeing like everything. Skytree again. Thought I took a video as well. Oh, that's actually a pretty good shot. What's going on, Dracus? And all this shit. Wait, is this... No, that's just blurry. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna... Oh, there we go. There's a small... This was a small shrine inside the Tokyo Tower. It's just kind of hard to see because my camera compensates weirdly for the light. So... Oh yeah, it was a great trip. Oh god, and I turned it up. I'm sorry. It's very bright. And then there's more pictures. This is from lower down because we're at the mid-level this time. And then they had this cool like projector thing on the side that had like cherry blossom petals coming down. Man, I should have taken more pictures. And a little like black light area. Oh, and then this. Okay, they had a couple of these. Sorry, Hero. They had a couple of these where there's glass floor and you look down through the floor, you know, to see down to the street level. It wasn't very easy to take a good picture because there are spotlights literally facing straight up into this, but yeah. And there were people just going out there being like, aha! And then they had ice cream and other things up here, which we did not get because they were kind of expensive. Oh yeah, here's a good picture of the Tokyo One Piece Tower thing. It's got Luffy and Chopper, and a very unfortunately placed bar in Chopper's case. Yeah, but unfortunately it was closed due to events, but I would totally love to go here the next time that I go to Japan. Oh yeah, and then they've got they had this Crystal Planet area underneath where we got food that had a lot of different like things, like puzzle things to put together and stuff. And the stuff was actually not too badly priced, like lower down. All the animals and everything. If you tried their ice cream, unfortunately not. We didn't get any soft serve because it was too cold most of the time, and Ellie was like, "It's too cold for ice cream," and I'm like, "It's never too cold for ice cream, but okay." Oh yeah, and then they had the full like wall like sticker type things on there. By the way, that other picture also happened after I don't know why the time is so weird. So there's still going to be a few more pictures of the One Piece store. They also had this machine, and I would have gotten these coins, but they were $7 each. And they're little like coins with each of the characters on them. And they had two different machines, but oh god, like I was like, man, that's a little pricey, but at the same time it's like a collectible coin thing, so. And then I took another picture for some reason. But yeah. There's a lot of merch in there. And then, this is a panorama shot taken at the garden that we went to, where a lot of cherry trees and other things were blossoming. Oh, and this is me attempting to wear the sleepwear that they gave us at the hotel. Let me tell you, none of that is made for a person of my size. I had to take off the pants because I was afraid that they were going to like be destroyed when I tried to bend over. So they tried though. Also, this is the view from the hotel window, which was actually really nice because we could see Tokyo Tower. You would have gotten one of the Hitsuka King, yeah. And then a very blurry panorama shot of the night. Another very blurry shot. That's not so blurry. Nice. This is, yeah, there's a bunch of shops. And we're actually coming up on Godzilla, because Godzilla is on this building right here. There he is! Look at him! He's very small. I'll get a better picture in a second. Maybe not. Hello, Godzilla? Oh yeah, bento I got at the park. God, these pictures are so out of order. Pass by some stadium. Blurry. God damn, why do I suck so bad at taking pictures? Okay, nighttime again. Yeah, because this is the night that my mom was heading back, so me and Ellie were just kind of wandering. But yeah, like, when you think of Tokyo and the nightlife, this is probably what you think of. A lot of lit up signs, anime music everywhere, all that kind of stuff. Very blurry pictures of nightlife. Less blurry pictures of nightlife. More blurry pictures. God damn. So many blurry pictures. But I mean, I was walking most of this time, so I guess I can give myself that. I took a lot of pictures of that. Or like this alley here. And that is a donkey, or Don Quixote. And yes, this entire building is a Don Quixote. It's multiple floors with different things like electronics, snacks, clothing, souvenirs, all that. Actually, the souvenirs that I got you, Panda, are from this shop, so. But it's a very famous store that's like all over the place over there. I took 2 pictures of it. Oh yeah, and then this is Godzilla Road, and you can see him right down there. And there he is again, slightly better looking. And then there should be a close-up picture. Yes, I zoomed in a bit. And he's just kind of hanging out on the side of the movie theater. Because Anna specifically requested to see Godzilla. So I told Ellie, and Ellie was like, we're gonna go see Godzilla. And we did. Yeah, and then that's exposed. Look at this pretty good picture. He's just kind of hanging out. And this is more nightscape. You know, Don mainly playing Yakuza. Oh, nice. Oh, are they in there? Are they mentioned in that game? You put it on your cell phone? Aw. Well, I'm glad that I was able to get... I wish I had my actual camera so I could get a really good zoom picture, but you know what? There's always next time. Oh, yeah, this was at a bakery. They had a lot of really nice looking stuff. And yes, those little cream puff things are 66 yen each, which is like 50 cents. And they were delicious. Because Ellie bought a whole bunch and she was like, try one. And they also had some other confections. You like it the way it is? Well, I'm glad. I tried my best. Oh, and then this is an udon place. And look, this is what it looked like inside. Like, it was a very traditional feeling. Lots of stools, wood floors. You can shop from them? Yeah, nice. Yeah. I mean, even like the food here was super cheap. Because you gotta remember, like, equate 100 yen to about $1. And like, everything here was like $5 to $7, which isn't bad for a good meal. And then I had curry udon, and you could pick your own like tempura stuff to put with it. Yeah. And it was delicious. The only thing that would have made it better is the tempura was like cold, but curry udon, fucking delicious. Highly recommend. This is the end result, because that last thing was just like a straight up block of tofu. And if it was warm, I probably would have been able to eat it easier, but I was like super full at this point. Yeah, it was really good. And I was happy with myself because these kind of chopsticks are like the hardest kind to use because of the fact that they're smooth. But I actually did not get any ramen hero because Ellie's not a big fan of ramen. Like, she would have been okay with me eating ramen and then us going somewhere else, but I really didn't want to like do that. So we just ate a lot of tempura and udon and some other stuff and curry. For that price, if you're hungry, exactly. This is some good shit. Oh, and this is me chilling in the bathtub playing Rune Factory because I didn't have Animal Crossing, so I put this on Twitter where I was like, yeah, everybody else is playing that. I was just really glad to have like a nice bath because this was 7 days into my trip and my legs were like dying because of so much watching it. Oh yeah, this is the adult section. There were penis bottle openers. I might actually have to like censor that out for YouTube. I don't know if wooden penises are allowed. Also, there's a lot of outfits. We're gonna move on to the next slide because I just realized a lot of that's probably not good to show on here. This is at a Donkey's. I'm telling you, Panda, they sell everything at a Donkey's. My brother actually bought one of those bottle openers. Anyway. No, what are you talking about? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. But yeah, you can see there's like a bunch of like Totoro dolls and stuff. Shoes. Like, there's so much stuff. And their mascot is this penguin, who I think is Don Quixote. But yeah, they have like so much. Oh, there's an Olaf over there. I just noticed that. But a lot of the stuff there is actually really cheap. And then there's like a Pikachu backpack. There's a lot of Pikachu stuff. That's kind of terrifying. Well, he's probably okay. Oh yeah, and there's Honey Butter, Almond, and Family. Look at them. There's Banana. I don't know what's going on. And then there's snacks with like tiny boxes of Oreos. So it's like a tourist trap and also dicks. Oh yeah, but I mean it also has just a bunch of stuff, so it's very popular. Like, I got some Calpis here. If you don't know what Calpis is, it's kind of like a thin yogurt drink that's actually really good. And I kept calling it cow piss because, yeah. They also had milk tea. I really like the milk tea. It's a beverage. They have a lot of beverages. And then this is a train. This is apparently very empty, according to Ellie. And then, oh yeah, this is another shop we went to that had a bunch of like Gundam figures and stuff. And this had a whole lot of like Power Ranger type stuff in it. Yeah, you can see down the car, exactly. Like lots of Power Ranger stuff. Lots of it. And yeah, because this was at the Nakano Broadway, which had a lot of cool stuff. And that's me in front of the Nakano Broadway sign. It's Phoenix's Heaven. Oh, does he like that a lot? And then there's a Mr. Donut. Mr. Donut is real. I mean, I should have known, but it was in like an anime, and I was like, ah, Mr. Donut. Apparently, Dunkin' Donuts tried to start up shop in Japan, and Mr. Donut like beat the shit out of them, like sales wise. So then Dunkin' Donuts had to leave. But yeah, Mr. Donut was really good. So yeah, Mr. Donut. Oh, and then look, more tempura, because this was already halfway eaten because I was really hungry, and then I was like, I should take a picture. And so I did. Oh yeah, and then there was another... I didn't send you this one, I forgot, Anna, but there was another side of the Toho Cinemas IMAX that just had Godzilla's like face just on it, like the old style Godzilla face. I think I took, that picture's blurry. That one's definitely better. Okay, oh yeah, and then we went to another Sega place. We spent like $20 to $30 there. Did we get anything out of the UFO catchers? We did not, but we attempted. And then getting on the plane. Okay, these are so out of order because this is going, I think, to the airport. Yeah, this is like from the beginning. And then... Oh, those are batons, like glow batons. What's going on, Cordy? How are you doing? Busy house? I don't know about that. Oh, this is place. Oh yeah, this is when we were going to Book Off, which is full of like manga and figures and a whole bunch of shit. And this is the whole like wall of idol stuff apparently, because I don't know any of this at all. I mean, I don't know a lot of things, but I like how this is like, oh man, it's only $99. Like, no. Oh yeah, and then I found, this is around where I got my Infinite Stratos poster, because they had a bunch of posters. Like these ones were like 15, which the posters were still pretty big. So $15 for like a full-size poster, it's pretty good. And then they had some figures of Sephiroth and Cloud. Cloud was $60. Sephiroth was over $100. Oh, and then it looks like Monster Hunter one there next to it. And then lots of other figures. This is all like Love Live stuff. And then more figures and stuff in back. Like they had a whole bunch of stuff here. This is where I found the Switch for like cheaper than normal. And then these, like these are full fucking size figures. That is $40 for like an actual figure. That one down there's $45. That is cheap as shit. Like, if you guys like look at figures at all, especially figures of like female characters, those things are like hundreds of dollars. It's ridiculous. So when I saw this, I was like, my God, that is really cheap. And then they had Super Famicom games. They actually had a bunch of different games here. Oh, and then this is just kind of outside. Yeah, these photos are kind of sort of out of order. Yeah, Gridman was really good. And then, oh yeah, I took a picture of this because I was like, there's a motherfucking Hooters. And I bet that it actually has good food. Because, I'm sorry, every time I've gone to a Hooters, I've been sorely disappointed in both the food and the ladies. Like, shit. Like, not to be rude, but it just was not a good experience. Not what I was expecting. Oh yeah, and then there's Miami Garden, an Italian restaurant just randomly on the side. Well, it wasn't good. Oh yeah, and then we ate at a place called Lotteria, It was all right. I got like a teriyaki burger and a side of, you can either get a side of fries or you can get a side of chicken tenders. So I got chicken tenders and I was just kind of like, it was all right, but in the US, I didn't actually go to the one in Japan. There's me and there's us going. And here's us. This is the fancy NRT Express, which takes us to the airport. Pretty sure the Japanese girls would be hella cute. Okay, Panda, I was just walking the streets like normally, and they were super cute to me. So I'm pretty sure they would have been pretty good inside of Hooters too. I'm just saying. Like, it's funny because one of my friends is Japanese, and she was like, "You're probably getting tired of like seeing Japanese girls," and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I could never get tired of that." Like, that's like saying that I'd get tired of seeing women in general. No, that is impossible. I was like, But yeah, and they have got screens. There's even bathrooms in these trains and everything. Free Wi-Fi. It was pretty cush. These chairs also turned around, but I think the only reason why they turn around is because the train doesn't really turn. The train has, you know, an engine on both sides, so it goes to its location and then it goes back. And we turned it around, and then we were like, you know what? We probably shouldn't turn the seats around. Yeah, they have really nice like trains. The express ones are really cool. Have I tried the McDonald's? I actually did not. I know for a fact that it's delicious though, because Ellie loves it, and they have like strawberry pie and stuff. So I'd get her like stuff from McDonald's and Burger King. Like, all of the fast food restaurants here that are just kind of like are fantastic there, or they have things there that they just don't serve here. We're passing the train. Here's me again. There's me again. There's me playing, oh yeah, Rune Factory with the advice that Ivan gave me, that no one will marry me if I don't have a double bed. So make sure you have a double bed, or nobody will marry you. Thanks, Ivan. Thanks. And this is me, I think, on the first plane. Flying out. Actually, that might have been the second plane, because that looked kind of small. And then I made it back to my car, and she was okay. And then this is me heading back home. I was super ready to go home because that was 20 hours of fucking flight time. And then this is me getting home when it was fucking like foggy as shit. The entire time. I was like, why is it so foggy? Alright, so yeah, I don't know why I didn't keep like my phone videos. Maybe, oh yeah, OneDrive doesn't upload videos. But yeah, that's the condensed version of the Japan trip from my cell phone. My other, you guys know that when I was doing stuff before yesterday, that was a 3.5 hour stream. Granted, a lot of it was like kind of like downtime and stuff, but yeah, definitely Silent Hill style. So this is going to be a lot shorter, but it's still going to kind of like go over some of the points that I might have missed the other day. Yes. But it's okay, because you know what? We made it home just fine.